All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome to ENTV Today. Welcome to the Catapult Games. We are the Women's Wellness Network, and we are the Wildflowers. We are here to kind of continue a little bit of our journey that we started yesterday. And interestingly, we have our beautiful wildflowers along. We have Yaz, Lori, and Roxanne. Welcome in, everybody. Nice to see you today. And we might have another guest joining us. Hopefully she can make it. This seems to be one of those things that happens. People have computer issues or time zone issues or whatever it might be. So we may have somebody else joining us and we'll have to kind of catch her up if that happens. But for now, if you were here yesterday, then you know a little bit about what we were doing. We did our spirit animals and our pet, and we're going to take these two things with us today on a little adventure. And yeah, let's see what happens with that. Where we go from here is anybody's guess, because it's all in the moment and it's all growing and learning and formulating as we go along. So it's kind of fun that way. Okay, ladies, are you ready to see where we go today?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So everybody remember their animals from yesterday. Mine was the jaguar and my pet was the little baby elephant. Yaz, do you remember yours from yesterday?
Mine was the raven, but Scooby and the octopus turned up. So
the raven and yeah, Scooby and your octopus. Yep, you can.
Is that okay to have more? Yeah.
Sure. Whatever shows up for you shows up for you. That's for you, right? That means something.
He walked in just as you said that.
Aw, aw, Scooby, the octopus. Oh my goodness. Okay, Lori, how about you? Do you remember your animals from yesterday?
Yes, my spirit animal was an elephant, and maybe it was a baby elephant like yours.
Interesting, right?
And my dog Nellie, yes.
Okay, and Roxanne, what about you?
Yes, I had the insect, the bee.
The bee.
And then my spirit animal is my baby boy up in heaven, Basil, my cat, my hand-reared cat.
Okay.
And my horse.
And your horse. Well, you're going to have a lot of people or animals along with you on your travels here. But sometimes that's helpful. So, okay, to start off, we are going to start with how our animals could possibly work together, because we're going to go on a little adventure with them. So, of course, we want to have cooperation. We want to have connection. We want our animals to be able to bring out the best in themselves, their best features, I guess you want to call them, their traits, their characteristics, and along with our own. And if we remember, the pet is our inner animal. It is our heart song, if you want to call it that. Deep, how we feel on the inside, that love, that connection, that kindness. And then our spirit animal on the outside is our essence, our, what we're putting out into the world, what we're going to show, up as, let's say. And using all those traits and those characteristics are, that's important for ourselves too, even though, we might have other ones that we relate to. For right now, we have these beautiful ones that we can connect to, I guess, let's just say that. And with saying that, Pandita has arrived. So I'm going to let her in. And she was not here yesterday, so I'm going to quickly catch her up on. We're not going to go through all the meditation and stuff because she would need to have, that's going to take some time. So we want to be able to go ahead and do the games as we're scheduled today. So we'll just quickly pull her a spirit animal card. And she comes on. Hello, Pandita.
Hi, I
Nice
finally made it.
I'm glad you finally made it in. We were wondering. Okay, so we were just getting caught up about yesterday, and you weren't here yesterday. Did you happen to see the?
I watched the recording. Yes.
Okay, with the pets and the spirit animals.
Yes, I wrote in the comments what my spirit animal or what I think at least my favorite animal is, and what I associate with it, and meditation around the fire, what I would take to the fire. I wrote it in the comments. I don't know if you
Okay, I
saw.
remember you said an Indian elephant, and what was
Yes.
the other one?
Indian elephant, yes, and
Was that your pet at the fire? Which one was your pet at the fire?
yes, the Indian elephant.
Okay.
But it's also my favorite animal.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna pull you quickly. We're gonna give you your own
Oh.
spirit animal card. I brought them just for you today, just because we all have one, so we wanted you to have one too. So we're going on a little adventure, as you can see by my hat. So, Candida, this will be your spirit animal for our journey. It is a
A
lynx.
fox, how you call these? That's a wildcat, yeah?
This is, yes, a wildcat, a lynx. It
Lynx,
says,
lynx.
yeah, lynx, a keeper of secrets. Excuse me, pardon me. Got to remember to put my glasses on. Take time out of the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you are trusting your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength.
Yes, it absolutely resonates with me. It's so fitting for just this moment because actually, what I'm learning, like right now, like particularly since a few days this week, is I made a note even of it and stuck it on my door where I see it every day, like bathroom door.
Right?
And it says, speak less and feel more. Yes, because you know, it is when you gather all this knowledge and you've worked hard to, heal and know all these things, these wisdoms, and then you feel you have to share it and you have this urge. And then it's like, and you think spirit is speaking through you, and actually you have to learn to protect this knowledge and to keep it till other people are open for it, like without how do you know what I mean, without just
Imposing
saying
on them.
yes, exactly. And in the last few days I tended to give too much. I also got a feedback from one lady who told me it's too much, and that was actually good. I also thanked her for it because yes, it's good to know all these things, but some people are not ready for it yet. And also it's like a journey for me right now, learning to be more centered, like more stay in my space, and also honor that other people have their space, you know? Yeah.
Yep, staying on our own side of the fire. It's important. It's important. We can gather together, but yeah, keeping ourselves sovereign. It's good advice, I think, in the end. Okay, so first of all, so now you have your animal and you're kind of caught up. We are going to, we're going on a little adventure today. We're gonna take our spirit animals and see what we can, how we can work with them. And everybody was just speaking to who they received yesterday. I guess that's more like it. Yeah. And yeah, so then I guess we're going to begin. So of course, as always, I'd like to start with the flame, set the intention that whatever is said here today is what is received in the most highest way and is accepted, the things that we understand that we're supposed to take from it, that we allow that to come into us. And yeah, whoever hears it and feels it and resonates with it, take it into yourself. And if it doesn't, just leave it where it is. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna make everybody get up again. We're gonna do a little centering exercise. because we're going on an adventure. So if you could just stand up. I know it always seems to cut our heads off, right? To get far away. Okay, so we're going to be doing get my blue. We're going to be doing a centering exercise. So you can even, I guess it doesn't really matter if we see each other or not. It's just to come into alignment with yourself and just feel centered. So we're going to close our eyes and feel whichever way that we're flowing, you know, whether it's left or right, back or front, just allow us to rock and feel how the body's moving. And don't try to correct it so much, just feel it. Just notice that it's, you know, teetering one way, leaning the other way, a little bit backwards, a little bit forwards. And then as we start to notice this, exaggerate them. When you feel yourself going a little to the left, exaggerate it just a little bit more, and then come back to center and allow yourself to be in center and wait until it moves again and flow with that. Allow yourself to feel that actual backwards motion, forward motion, whichever way your body's taking you, and come back to center. Just go with it and come back to center. Go with it and come back to center. And remember to breathe. And when you feel like you're sort of getting centered, you're sort of finding that middle of yourself, you know, flex your knees a little, adjust your hips, tilt your head, just until you find that space, until you find that calm, that stillness, that place within inside of you that really pulls everything in together. The space that says, I'm here, I'm grounded, I'm rooted, I belong. And just hold that centering for a moment and breathe right into that middle of yourself, right into that space that keeps you balanced. All right, open your eyes and take your seats. I was having to do that myself this morning already because I was feeling very out of alignment, very here and there, and the energy is just a little bit strange for me today. So yeah, coming back into center and just honoring that, even if it's a little bit out of whack, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we have our spirit animals and we're going to go around and I'll go first this time so I don't forget myself. And we're going to take those animals and try and relate them together. How would they actually interact together in a friendly way, if that was possible, right? Because we want to, you know, take their best traits and decide what, you know, might work together for the two of them. So I'll go first. And I had the black jaguar and the baby elephant. So I'm not really sure if it was a baby because it was tiny like a dog, but because of the size, I'm just going to go with it being a baby. So of course, for me, you know, those two things, you know, one kind of lives on the plains and one lives in the jungle, so they don't actually interact so much. And they are both in kind of warmer climates, and together, what could they do? So for me, what came up right away was the Jungle Book movie. You know how we're talking about stories and the storylines and folk tales and fairy tales and all the things. So the Jungle Book comes to mind. And then the little baby elephants, you know, they're marching across and they're singing their song, and the wise jaguars sitting in the tree, just making sure that, you know, everything's okay, and the song can go on and the march can go on without any disruptions or any like anything throwing it off. Like the jaguar is there to, you know, be fearless and put in the overseeing to make sure that everything goes smoothly and works well. So I kind of feel like that here, right? I'm not saying you are my little baby elephants, but it's just right, like to be a little bit of a guide, to be a little bit of a you know, to make sure everybody's well and make sure everybody's okay. And I think that's how they relate to me in this moment. So if anybody else would like to go, who would like to go first today? Let me see. I think Pandita didn't get to go at all in this group. So Pandita, would you like to go and make a little story about your pet and your spirit animal, how they could relate together? Oh, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
That's okay.
Yes, I had a Indian elephant as my favorite animal, and how I see it as my spirit animal, but I never really found out, like with a shamanin or something, what my spirit animal is. So this is just my idea. And then the things, yeah?
The lynx. Yeah, the lynx. The one
Links,
with the cat.
links,
Yes.
links.
Secret keeper.
Yes. So how could they harmonize together? Well, as I wrote yesterday in the comments, the elephant is a very social animal. It's like even if a baby elephant like is in trouble or gets attacked or falls in a pitch or something, all the other mother elephants come and team up together to help the baby elephant and protect it and make a wall around it. That is like so. I think it's so loving, so nice. Like we can learn a lot from them, and so I think that is how the elephant or what the elephant brings to the table, like, you know, to and how do you call it again? Pfingst?
Lynx.
The cat?
L-Y-N-X. Lynx.
Lynx. Lynx.
Lynx. Yeah.
So the lynx, yeah, just send me a snapshot of that later on.
Oh, I definitely will. Yes. Do you want me to read him again? Because you didn't get to see him. So he's the secret keeper. So take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing
Yeah.
can. Still, I need my glasses. I cannot ever remember to put them on. I need to get glasses that I don't take off. Okay. Take
Oh,
time
you
out
read
from
it
the world.
before?
Yes, and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength.
Yeah, so I think they could harmonize because the lynx keeps maybe the sanity or the secretness of family life, where what it observes with the elephants. So maybe it's walking around the elephant and making sure they are safe, and you often see also in wildlife, like for instance, if let's say a deer gets killed by a predator, and even if the predator is hungry, if it sees, oh, I killed the deer, and then under the deer or behind the deer is a baby deer, it will not eat the deer, but it would be the mother for the baby deer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So maybe that
beautiful.
is also like with the lynx, that they have like I guess all animals also have a soul and intuition, and that they only eat if they have to, you know, if they have to kill to survive. They won't just kill for fun.
Right.
So yeah, and putting that in like my life, or like how I can be both, I think is yeah, I often feel like this Indian elephant. I also have very tiny ears, if you can see. Very tiny, like baby ears. And the Indian elephant has smaller ears compared to the African elephant. And yeah, so yeah, I love being a mother, being a family person, and making sure everybody feels at home and safe, and yeah, and I actually have a cat, so that would be like a type of lynx.
Right? Yes, a domestic one instead. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Pandita. Okay, who would like to go next? Who's going to go next? Somebody, Roxanne? Okay, go next, girl.
So there's no harmony between my bee and my horse or my cat. I actually had to Google because I wasn't sure if there was going to be any, and there definitely isn't. So if I'm going to be the bee, I would associate the disruption, because I'm an industry disruptor, big time. I disrupt everything. And so that's where the bee would come in. There'd be no harmony between the bee and anything else. But the horse and the cat, those are my spirit animals. There's a lot of harmony between those two, for sure. But in terms of the buzz, that's going to create more mayhem than harmony.
Well, maybe the bee can like lead them somehow, because it's, you know,
Yeah, in the opposite direction. In the opposite direction.
Well, where the bees are, there's going to be flowers and things for the animals to enjoy.
Could be.
Could be. Okay, well, maybe your journey is going to be a little bit more chaotic even. Who knows? We'll see though.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, how about who's next? Lori, Yaz?
I'll go. Yeah, so I also have the elephant. So there's 3 of us with the elephant. So my spirit animal is the elephant. And I am picturing this elephant as full size, and the African elephant. For some reason, that just resonates more with me. So just thinking about how the golden retriever and the elephant could work together and be harmonious. In my mind, in my imagination, I just kind of let my imagination go as you were talking. And I honestly, like, I'm writing a story in my mind about being in the jungle with the elephant and Nellie, my golden retriever, who is also in heaven. And for me, I feel like the golden retriever is loyal, just like the elephant is to, you know, their tribe. The golden retriever is loyal to the owner. So I feel like Nellie would be very loyal to my elephant and sniff out any danger, you know, because dogs have a sense of, they can talk and communicate and tell you when there's danger, or you know, there's been many stories where a dog would know that a child was actually in trouble and go to that child and rescue them, maybe from a pond or a lake, or you know, that kind of thing. So that's how I feel like my animals could work together. And honestly, I was picturing myself riding the elephant and getting to like meet the whole elephant family, and, you know, just like Tarzan or or a Swiss Family Robinson, you know, those kind of stories where you're a human kind of inserted into the animal kingdom, which I think would be amazing.
Totally. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Yaz, how about you?
So my favorite thing of all time is the beach. Yeah, so we already have a representative of the raven, because we have our very own neighborhood crow that comes on our walks with us every morning. It waits outside and it goes on the whole walk, you know. But I thought this time we just chill, because octopuses can't really go on walks. So I thought we'd meet at the octopus at the beach. And yeah, so like this octopus loves us with all 3 hearts. So it's an amazing kind of vibration, you know, and we're already at the beach, which is so that's a higher vibration. And we got a tiny little fire, because you're not really allowed to have big fires at the beach, you know. And yeah, so we're all, you know, and then the octopus starts like playing in the water, and then Scooby goes with him, and the raven, he directs. So, you know, like he says, like up and down, and like, you know, so all the arms are going everywhere. So it's like a symphony, you know, and the noise is crazy, because the all 8 arms are crashing into the water and back up again, and and everyone's, it's just a crazy amount of fun. Yeah.
It sounds like fun. I can picture that. I can picture like the octopus splashing in the water, and it, you know how water when it splashes makes like those little droplets, they look like diamonds. And you know how crows are like, so they love shiny things. I could see the crow like biting at the water, like wanting to play. That's very fun. Very fun.
The hugs as well, because an octopus has so many arms. The ratio of hugs to arms is just crazy, and with that love as well, it's just really awesome. Thank you.
That's amazing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I just realized I better set a timer because we're only allowed so much time here on ENTV today. So we can't go over or we won't be seen. We'll have to cancel our game. So we'll just put it on for enough time to keep aware, be aware. How about that? Okay, now, oops. What were we going to do next? Oh, yes. Okay. This is what we're going on a quest for. We're going to go on a quest with our animals to find something, a treasure. But first we need to know there's a treasure. So here we are. Today I have The Sacred Forest by Denise Linn. And this will give us kind of our mission, what we're doing, why we're going there. Okay. Ooh. Bluebird of Happiness. So we're going on a quest for happiness. How nice is that? And I like that he's wearing blue. He matches my shirt. He belongs right here. The Bluebird of Happiness. Okay, we'll keep that to the side. Now, other things you will get are a crystal. So I'm going to pull a crystal for each one of you. A rock, a stone. You know, they all have their own little properties. They all have their own meanings. They all have their own, ways in which people view them or see them, or maybe they just love to collect rocks like I used to as a child. Some of them in this bag are that. So let's see, we're gonna go first. Pendy, since you went first, I'm going to pick your stone first. Let's see, what do you get? This one, come back here. Ooh, this is angelite. Lovely, it's actually light blue. So this is, you're to know the color, I guess, mostly is what you're
Is
getting.
that a moonstone?
No, this is angelite. So it's yeah, it has its own properties. It's associated with well, anywhere from the throat chakra, third eye, or the crown chakra with its colors. So thinking about, let's go with blue, so that's closer to blue. So blue would be your voice, your throat chakra. So something around our quest for happiness is going to have to do with your throat chakra. So keep that in mind, and the color blue.
Maybe speak less.
Something, right? Something. Okay. Who went next? I think Roxanne went next. So Roxanne, let's see, what do we have for you? We have, Tektite. This is a meteor. This is from the stars. This does not come from Earth. So actually this particular one broke in half, and the other half my friend has. So it's like we're connected by the stars in a way, right? So your stone for today, it's black, it's grounding, it's super shiny on the inside like glass. It has little bumps on the outside like it's been heated. And
What's it called?
Tektite. Tektite.
Interesting.
Yes. So that's yours, and it's black. So black, grounding, rooting, the root chakra. So anything about security, safety, that kind of thing. Make sure I keep them out. Don't put them back in the bag. Okay, Laurie, what do you get here? What's this one? Oh, tiger's eye. So you have tiger's eye. So tiger's eye, I always think of the song, you know, the eye of the tiger, right? So it's gold. I picked this one as gold, so that goes with your solar plexus, you know, around courage and confidence, that kind of energy. And it's gold, so remember gold. And yes, what does Yaz get today? Oh, turquoise. So it's turquoise and it has like little black veins through it. And this also is around the throat chakra. So anything around the voice or speaking your truth, anything like that. And I guess I better pick one for myself. What do I have? Oh, I have malachite. So this is malachite. It's green with like little waves through it, waves of like a darker green and a lighter green. And well, green goes for the heart chakra. So for myself, anything, I guess, around the heart chakra, love, acceptance, self-worth, those kinds of things. So, oh my gosh, they look so pretty together too. Look at, can you see them all together? They look so nice together, all the colors, the green, gold, blues, black, lovely. I like it. Okay, and our bluebird of happiness. So we're going to go on a little journey. Oh my goodness, okay, stay there. Okay, so if everybody wants to get their feet on the floor, we're gonna do a little meditation, and then when we come back, you can tell us about your part of the story, what you experienced, what your adventure looked like for you as we go out. And everybody's obviously going to be in a different location. So it's not really about the location, it's just about the feelings that you're having and connecting to those spirit animals. However they may show up, we're just going to bring them along with us. And our crystals, however that feels, if we focus on whatever chakra that belongs to, and see what we get around happiness. Okay, everybody ready? I'm going to have a drink of water before I start. So get comfortable. Right. So first we're going to get our feet on the ground and take a deep breath into our center. Remember that center point that we just had when we were standing and motioning. Maybe try and find that point while you're just sitting there in your chair. Come into that center position so you feel grounded and solid, centered in your being. And then I'm going to ask you to turn your attention to the chakra, the color that correspond with the crystal rock that you, stone, however you want to call it, that you received. And maybe put a hand near there so that you really are focused. You know that you're centering on that specific chakra and that it's, you know, it knows it's having attention. And from there, we're going to remember the word of happiness and the feeling of happiness, not just the word, but you can picture it in your mind's eye, the spelling of it, what it looks like. How does it feel when you see that word? What kind of things bring joy when you think about happiness? What kind of things that go with your chakra, particular chakra that might bring joy or happiness? Something that could feel, that makes you feel joyful in that. So we have the different ones. We have our throat chakra. I know some of you are working with that one, you know, singing, speaking your truth, saying a mantra, any of that sort of thing. The heart chakra for myself, remembering love and acceptance and gratitude. Our root chakra, the black, remembering that, grounded, secure, safe, strong, our solar plexus, the gold, courage. Think of the cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz, the power that can come from that happiness that can come from being elated and confident. And we're going to take our crystals in our hand. You just imagine that you have them there with you. And we're going to call in our spirit animal and our pet guide and ask them to join us on our little adventure as we go off in search of something that might seem happy on the outside of us as we walk towards that. So find your happy spot. It could be the jungle, maybe it's the beach, maybe it's the meadow, maybe it is in the mountains. It could be anywhere that brings you happiness and joy, even if it's not a place where your animals generally would be. It doesn't matter. Wherever you feel like they would communicate best with you on your little journey as you set out to find happiness. What does happiness look like, and where might it be found? As you start walking towards your destination, you know, happiness is going to be there somewhere, whether it's, you know, hidden somewhere and you need to look a little bit. We're going to take a few steps and we're going to go right there. We're going to travel down our path, and very soon we will be at the gate that leads us straight into our happy area. We know that there's happiness to be found there, that we know there's joy and harmony and peace. We feel good when we're there. And when we get in, we go through the gate, and there we are. We've arrived. We're in our special spot. We have our beautiful spirit animals with us, and they are our companions. They are sharing their wisest characteristics with us. They're showing us, maybe they're even showing us where to find the happiness. Maybe it's buried somewhere. Maybe it's under a rock. Maybe it is behind a tree. Maybe it is in a box that you find. Just have a look around and see where happiness could be residing in that place, in that sacred space, that beautiful space that you go to, where you find your own self and you find your own happiness, and you know it brings you joy. And as you sit there and you look around and you're discovering all that there is to look and see and smell, take a deep breath and breathe in the air. What does it smell like there? Is it fragrant? Is it clean? Is it fresh? Is the air heavy? Is it thick? Is it warm? Is it cool? How does it feel on your skin? What kind of colors are there? You have your crystal with your chakra color. Is it flooding the whole zone? Is everything around you filled with that color? Or is it rainbow? What kind of color do you see there? And as you look around, what kind of things do you see with your eyes? What kind of things would you like to go and be a part of? What do you want to discover there? Do you want to go and pick that flower? Do you want to go and stick your feet in the water? Do you want to climb a little higher on the mountain? Do you want to just sit and be? What is the thing there? Is it movement? Is it relaxation? Is it dancing? Is it singing? What is there that's making you discover your joy? What does it look like to you? What would you be doing if you were in your most joyous state? Would your animals be looking at you like you were crazy? Would you be flailing around? Would they be joining in with you? Would you be, you know, leading a line dance? Who knows what kind of things might bring your heart joy? And as you interact with them, your spirit animals there in your sacred space, just think about the other things that could be there. The wind, the sounds. Are the leaves rustling? Are the waves crashing? Are there other animals maybe about, watching, listening? Maybe they want to join in. Allow whatever makes your heart happy. Allow whatever feels right in this moment to maintain the happy, to bring that happiness with you throughout your day, with your animals. And if there's some way that they can participate, go ahead, see what they do. Ask them if they want to do anything. Ask them if they want to go in the water with you, or run through the fields, or chew on the grass, or what kind of things do they want to do? What experience would bring them joy? Think about that. The joy, the happiness of our animals. Animals are sentient beings. They find happiness and joy in things that they do also. So as we look into our own chakra and find that feeling, what could that mean for them as well? You know, we have different chakras that we're dealing with here, but if they could also participate in that chakra, what kind of quality would that bring for them? What kind of thing would they do with that? So as we're getting ready to say goodbye to our sacred space, take one last look around, breathe it in, hear the sounds, smell the air, feel it on your skin, soak it right into that chakra. Carry your happiness with you on the inside, internally. And as we say goodbye to our sacred space, we will leave our spirit animal and our pet there to play and enjoy while we come back to reality, to our chairs, to the room, with our happiness and with our memories from our special time with our friends. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath. And open your eyes and return to the room. That was very fun for me. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, who wants to share? I guess I should share first. That always seems to work a little better. Okay, so I went on the journey with my black jaguar and my baby elephant, and I don't know, I don't usually go to the beach, but Yaz was making it sound so fun. I ended up at the beach. We went through this beautiful garden opening, and the beach was right there. And there's nobody else there, just me and my animals, and they are doing their own thing. They're like excited and running into the water and coming out of the water and running all around, and I'm just observing, I'm just watching, I'm just enjoying and loving that they are having fun and loving that they are experiencing happiness. They're experiencing joy. They're showing me, I think, ultimately what it could be, what it could look like. Excuse me. And then the love, there's not a lot of green at the beach. The green could be in the water, but it still has that. The water is still that bluey kind of color for me. So the green, I'm looking around, there's no plant life. There's no, it's just sand. And, way back where I came through, there's this beautiful garden gate. That's my green. So I'm thinking, even though I'm spending this time at the beach and I'm happy and I'm, soaking up all of the things, the happiness is right there. The happiness wasn't anywhere else. It wasn't behind anything. It wasn't hidden. It was right there in the moment. It was there in my animals. So I didn't have to search for anything. I didn't have to look. And then I realized my happiness was already on the other side of the gate. So my happiness was already with me, and I was going to search for it, and it wasn't there because it was already within me, and I didn't realize that until that moment. And I'm like, oh, I have that in my heart, and yeah, I can take that with me through the day. And that's probably how the meditation went, because I discovered that for myself in that moment. And yeah, I just had to bring it back. So it was totally different than my normal one. So usually I end up in a meadow with mountains around me. So being at a beach, completely different and super interesting. So thank you for participating and letting me share. All right, who would like to go next? Candida, can we go with you again? No, you don't want to go first? Okay. Roxanne, would you go?
So I landed up at the beach, but it's not your everyday beach. I always gravitate towards the sea. And when I was young, we grew up in South Africa, where we grew up. There's it's the southeast coast of South Africa, known as the Wild Coast. And as a young baby, we always went camping. And this is when I close my eyes, this is where I land up, because it's a spot that's it's very close in my heart, because over the 15 years of us returning there, we kept on taking stuff and building, and it went from just land to cottages, and it got bigger. And there's these 5 fresh running waterfalls that go into the sea. The last one goes into the ocean. So it's very rocky, and then there's the sea, right? But there's lots of greenery, lots of grass, lots of wild animals, like some cows, some goats, and then some wild things running around. And so that's where I landed up when you initially said, like, where are you going? You're walking. And so I had my bee, my horse, and my cat with me. The bee was doing its own thing, going and finding flowers, which is often where there's herbs. And I love herbs. I'm a herbalist naturally. I've studied it. And so the horse would just, graze, and everybody was in harmony. The bee found its own place to do its own thing. And the horse, there was lots of long grass, which there always was, green grass. And so the horse found its own thing to do. And the cat sat right next to me, and we just looked out over the ocean. And it's a place that I wish I could go to. I haven't been there in a very long time, but it was always my sacred place. It's a very special place for me. And I guess just listening, I could actually hear the waves. I could smell the sea. And I could actually hear, like, the running waterfalls right next to where our land was. This is going back in time, where the chief of the land would give you the land, and then you would exchange it for something. That's like real life, not just my story.
Beautiful.
And it was just very pleasant. And yeah, I wish I could be there all the time, except I wouldn't be able to run my business because there's no internet signal. There's no mobile phone signal either. Which is probably why it's such a great place. You can completely connect with Mother Nature, because you actually physically have to disconnect from the world. And then I quickly looked up the Tektite, which is quite interesting, because it mentioned the chakra, the middle between the brow, which just below the third eye, which is related to intuition, bringing insight, knowledge, which is what I do. I tend to bring a lot of knowledge and insight to people. So that was quite interesting, actually. And that how you said it's actually from a meteor, like broken up. So it's not even like part of Earth. It's part of something much bigger, which I've always, as a child, thought that I didn't really, am I really human? Like, I always just thought that there's something different. Like, my mind just goes so much bigger, which is why I wasn't really good at school. Couldn't really focus much. So yeah, for me it was weird, but I sat there and everybody was in harmony.
Beautiful.
It was pretty great.
Awesome. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Lori, do you want to go next?
Sure, I love that. So my place that I go, and I lead yoga classes, and at the end of my yoga class, some of them, I'll lead people through relaxation, and I tell, similar to what you did, tell them to go to somewhere beautiful in their own mind, and they can make it up, or it can be somewhere they've been. And mine is totally made up, and I naturally just kind of started going there again. And it's a waterfall, and it's surrounded by greenery. So it's almost like a little pocket of beauty in wherever it is. And to get there, you kind of have to push away some bush and greenery, and then there's a rock, and I sat on the rock, and my elephant went into the water and started playing, and spraying the water everywhere. And then of course my Labrador, my golden retriever loves water, so she was in there playing, and eventually I got in there and played. So for me, the emotion I felt most of was just adventure and play. Yeah. So, and my happy place was the water. So I thought that was interesting. Water is what we really need to live. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. And yeah, thanks for leading us.
Awesome. What about your crystal, your chakra connection, the color? Did
Yes,
you
the
find
gold.
anything on that?
So yeah, I looked it up too because I wanted to know more about it. Let's see. It means a radiant jewel city, just like the sun. Yellow is ruling color. And it also talks about it's located around your abdomen, about 3 inches above your navel. Your feelings of power, intellect, and self-esteem. So yes, I initially was putting my hands on my heart, but it's really located down here on the belly. So yeah, just knowing that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and being confident in that, and the water as it sprays, the sun catches the water, and it kind of it acts like jewels just being sprayed in the air. So that's kind of where that came in.
Beautiful. Lovely. My goodness. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Yas, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So I kind of turquoised out because the whole place was turquoise. Like the trees was turquoise. It was like the sky was like universe, but like mainly turquoise, and the ocean was turquoise, and even the sand was turquoise. So it was a bit turquoised out. So I went to go towards the palms because they were glistening. But the octopus said, no, it's not that way. And then I kind of remembered, like, I always look for love in the wrong places. So I thought, okay, I got that one. So I turned around, right? And Ocean said, yeah, because of the sound, we've got to find the right rhythm. So like Scooby was there in his like doggy heartbeat, and like the boom 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 of the octopus free heart, and the little tiny flutter of the raven, and the octopus was mimicking these with his like percussion, with his so like as soon as he got the right like consistency, the right like the ocean just opened up, and then on the floor was this like a turquoise diamond. Yeah, so like it was really cool. It was really fun as well, because like we didn't just get the that sound, like we had to, like, because it was the flutter of the wings as well as the raven's heartbeat, and it was Scooby's tail is like the noise swishing with the water, the ocean. It was actually playing with the ocean, and like me, I was just I was just laughing, to be honest, because it was so much fun. Like, because I get like you, we'd already found our happiness, but it was like a really cool adventure. The turquoise was crazy, like having turquoise everywhere, like it just made you kind of like glow, which is kind of weird, but like I've never ever felt or imagined that before. So yeah, so with the octopus, with the arms mimicking the heartbeat with one, I think it was good as well, because it had enough arms to do that, so like with the heartbeats, it had enough. How, but I'm not even gonna count, but it did it, and it didn't do it with first time either. It had to get to the right rhythm and the right I know pace,
Right.
and the loudness, and the like is like the raven to the octopus, and the dog to the human is like all different.
Oh, that's amazing. That's like that's harmony and in a communicative in a communicating way with that throat chakra, right? Throat chakra has to do with communication. So yeah, having all those things work together is good communication between everybody. That's fabulous. Thank you. Okay, Pandita, are you ready now?
We won't have a problem with the time.
Here we go. No worries. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Okay, I'll keep it very short.
Oh, we have time.
Yeah, I'm trying to practice to speak less. So the meditation, it took me with my spirit animal, it's my Indian elephant and my lux, to a very hilly area. We had to go through the forest and had to walk pretty steep up, and it was kind of crazy because in my imagination there was a lake on the hill. Yeah, so anyways, we got to this lake after going through the forest, and then of course my elephant had to run into the lake right away and started splashing and playing, and looks yeah, he or she, I don't know, but went and sat in the sun and was just sunning itself, you know, like cats do, wagging its tail, just sitting there. And but it wasn't sunny. It was actually only white, like it was bright and white, but no yellow sun. So it was so different from where I actually would go, like when I do guided meditations or so. I usually go to a meadow and hills and trees, and this was totally different. So and then I was wondering, why is there no sun? I want to have, in my imagination, I want to have something sunny. I want to see butterflies. I want to see, you know, parrots, whatever. It was not coming. And then it was kind of like my soul telling me, yes, this white, what you see, this is the stone, you know, the essence of the stone, that you can also find beauty and stillness and bliss in a place like that is not like what you expect it to be, you know. Yeah, so and what else do I want to say? I saw the Lux, he took me later on in the evening, it was getting a bit darker, to a cave. So when you were saying like go to through the gate, so he took me to this cave where we would lie down for the night, and there was already a fireplace there. I just had to light it, you know, it was all set up, and it made the wall inside look like really red, kind of like the stone was red inside. So, and it was kind of like trying to tell me, even in a not so sunny place, or in a cave, or in the dark night of the soul, or whatever you want to call it, in the deep parts, you can have this warm red feeling of like our heart, you know, like you can find inner peace, and also with the feelings of, like, I have sometimes anxiety and the need to express, to share, that it's not always necessary, like I was saying, because sometimes it's coming from a wounded place, or a place that wants to be heard. Right. Yes. So that it's okay just to sit with the feeling that I have, you know, this feeling of anxiety, the feeling of pain in my body or feeling of my nervous system is still not completely regulated. So, and it's okay to sit with that and find my inner peace and to just breathe through that. And yeah, so that was my happy space, my me time. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're saying about the whiteness, because it's angel light, and it's connected to the higher chakras. So maybe that's the thing. The communication's not through here, it's through here and through the divine, right? Though maybe that's the whiteness that you were seeing. I don't know. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
I love how
Because it
we
was
all,
in the
yeah.
heavens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we all went somewhere different, and we all experienced something a little bit different, which is always super interesting to me. I think it's, you know, we all have different experiences in life. We all have different imaginations. Obviously, we have different, you know, feelings that we get when we hear certain words or certain, you know, like somebody like me speaking an adventure that you're going on, and you know, we're listening to the same words, but everything's coming out completely different, which is incredible. That's a testament to our inner creator and how we are so easily creative, even when we don't think we're creative beings. It's there. We just have to, you know, give it a little shove sometimes, a little kick in the pants, a little, you know, encouragement, I guess, ultimately is what we need, even for ourselves. So I guess we better, yeah, let me check the time. Oh gosh, okay, yeah, we're coming up on time here. So we'll go around 1 minute each, just kind of to say what you might have taken away from today, what you found interesting or otherwise, whatever you have to say about today. So again, Roxanne, we'll start with you.
I didn't know what to expect once again, but now that we have finished our session today, it was quite interesting how it all came together, the disruption between this insect and the spirit animal. And while I was listening to everybody go around first as to where you would take yourself, I didn't quite know where I was going. And then all of a sudden, I just closed my eyes and I landed up at my favorite place. And I don't go there. So that kind of is almost a fantasy place for me because I don't get to go there anymore. It's so far away anyway. And it was really beautiful, actually. Yeah, I did. There was a calmness in it, a bit of disruption and chaos, a bit perplexed, actually, because it's always chaotic. My whole life's been chaotic, but there's been controlled chaos, if that makes sense.
Right.
And actually, I find it a little bit hectic if it's all calm. When things are chaotic, I feel at home. But it was nice to get taken out of that. So thank you.
You're welcome. That's perfect. Yeah, because you're always busy. You are really like the bee. You're buzzing and you're doing and you're.
And as soon as there's nothing to do, I'm like.
Right? Awesome. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, Lori, how about you? Final thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I just appreciate this time and appreciate the ability and the, I guess, privilege to get to know each of you better and hear what you have to say as far as like what your mind is thinking and feeling and creating. You know, I just find that really fascinating. And then I was just thinking this as we were meeting in the morning, or when we were starting, is that this is a really a great habit to start just in the morning, having time to use your imagination to start your day. And I can't say that I've ever really done that. I am like you, Roxanne. I'm like, I have like my list and I do my things and I'm very disciplined to get my jobs done and that kind of thing. But like, this was a really big blessing. So thank you, Tammy, for leading us through this.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, I totally agree with the morning thing. I like to start my day with contemplation, just to get those juices flowing, just to get that creativity on board, right? Because sometimes it's really easy to just coast through your day and check off the things on the list. And, you know, we're so busy. Yeah, to take those moments in the morning and just set yourself up for the day. So thank you, Lori.
I know we're running out of time, but Lori, I just want to say that I've now practiced this for the last year. The very first thing I do is I sit in my bay window and look out over the ocean, and I actually take myself into what do I want my day to be like. I practice gratitude, being grateful. What do I actually picture it, and then I go into my day, and that's taken a lot of time to perfect, but it definitely grounds me and gives me a better day to hit the ground running.
Beautiful, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Good practice. Okay, Yaz, how about you? Any final thoughts? Any inspirations or things you'd like to share?
Yeah, all I can think of is I wanna Google the sound of the heartbeat of the octopuses. You know, like they was not octopus, but the octopus's heartbeat. So what? Because I just listening come up as well. I know it was the throat chakra, but like the ocean kept on saying about the sound, and we got to get it right. And I don't think I used to listen before, because I always used to like go off into the jungle. But now I kind of listened first time and I didn't put up a fight. So I learned that today. So thank you.
You're welcome. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I'd love to hear the different heartbeats of the octopus, what kind of rhythm that makes. Do they all beat at the same time? Do they have different patterns? I don't know. I might have to look that up too. Thank you for sharing that. And Pandita, how about you? Any last thoughts on today?
Yes, so first of all, thank you, Tammy, for doing this with us. Can you hear me? Because I
Yes.
cannot hear. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like Laurie was saying, a privilege to you took us on a journey, and it was for all of us, I guess, totally different, like a place where we don't usually go, like in our imagination. So yeah, it was very a surprise, very exciting and nice, and otherwise I'm very grateful for this group and for the time to get to know each of you each time a bit more about your lives, about what you do, about how you feel, what you think, and yeah, and also I don't know each of you very long, and also you, Tammy, the first day where you were saying that you lost your breath and your hair, and so I feel with you, and I'm like, wow, you really now I'm not getting the words, have come very far, and really with a lot of courage and heart, and you've stayed human, so it's really wonderful being a part of this.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you all. Yes, I would like to say also, this has been wonderful, getting to know you, getting to learn more about you, being able to share things, and yeah, discovery of each other is so interesting, because we all have different, well, as we said before, right, we have different experiences and come from different nations and different, different cultures. And I think it's just amazing and beautiful that we all kind of share the same heart, that on the inside is the same for all of us. So thank you all for being here and being wildflowers with me. And I look forward to whatever we may be doing next. And ENTV today, if you've been watching, thank you so much. And if you're watching in the future, tell us, go ahead and put in the comments, what kind of experience you might have had with the journey that we went on. And if you have any spirit animals that you didn't suggest yesterday, put those in there too, because we like to know. And it helps us all connect, even if we don't really know who you are. That's the point, right? We get to meet one another and walk with one another in this crazy journey that we're on called life. So thank you, ENTV today. Thank you, Women's Wellness Network, and thank you, Wildflowers. And until next time, everybody, be well.